the end of 205, Nick St. Clair tries to date rape Cheryl after previously trying to sleep with Veronica too. So what can you tease about, how the lodges and how all the parents are going to be handling this going forward? And also what that means to you for the show, tackle that.
Yeah, I'm really glad we tackled it as a show, by the way. I thought it was really good, and just a quick note on that. The interesting part about bringing that up in Riverdale is that it's someone that we knew. And I think in the majority of these cases, and I don't know, I can't speak for anything inside of Hollywood because those are special cases, but I know in the majority of some of these cases and these situations, it's someone that you knew. So I'm really glad that we're tackling that as a subject. It could be more timely. In terms of the episode and the parents, we will see how the parents tackle that in 206, which I know you guys have seen. But we're going to see that. And I think, I can just tell you as a parent, if someone tries to do that to my kid, it's, I don't know how I would handle it within the bounds of the law, to be completely honest. It's, I think, every parent's worst nightmare. And the lodges are no exception to that. However, the Blossoms may be. They may be the exception to that rule, and I'm sorry. But just in terms of how anyone deals with it, I'm proud, I think, of the way we deal with it in Riverdale.
Sort of touching on something you said earlier about Hiram and Hermione, it seems like we've been getting little snippets of them where it seems like they're up to something. There's always these little glances, these little sly comments.
Just a little something, yeah.
Are they sort of like master puppeteers?
I would say if the one thing that I've learned, at least from Hiram, is that nothing he does is by accident. It does seem everything is completely planned out, always. And I think that's what the audience is starting to pick up. But I can also tell you, I don't even know what they're up to. I don't know the end game at all. I wish I did, because it would help a little bit more. But I can just say that things go deeper and deeper and deeper, and they get more and more entrenched in Riverdale. Yep. Remember when she was nice?
Well,
did you have a question?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of going back further, but in season 1, there were a few darker sides to Hermione, but they were all in the deleted scenes on the DVD. I know. Did that confuse you when you're filming it? Because you filmed this stuff.
It was like my jaw hit the ground when I got that scene that I was like, wait, what? I wrote the letter? What?
Yeah.
And I was so dreading filming that. I think I asked like 1,000 times, "You're sure? Really? Okay, but what about?" So I'm glad it was deleted until Hiram came back, and then we find out that he was the reason why, and he actually wrote it, and she didn't. Thank God. But it was a hard turn to make, and still is, to be honest. But it's a hard turn to make from doing everything you can to protect your daughter and finding out that you've seemingly betrayed her in more than one way. It's hard. So I've had to justify it and go, it's Hiram's fault. That worked. Yeah.
In terms of what happens in 5, looking forward to 6, you said something interesting, which is you said you don't know what you would do within the constraints of the law.
I realized I said that out loud. Yeah.
However, the sheriff and the McCoys and all that are constrained by the law in a way that I feel like Hiram might not be. Is there an element of kind of is that kind of satisfying almost? Like having a character in this world that can kind of do what he wants?
Here's okay. In a general sort of way, I think that laws are there for a certain reason. Innocent before proven guilty, right? Those things. And they're there for usually very good reasons. When it comes to your family, it's sort of like all bets are off. And so I would say, when I learn what it is that, or how the lodges deal with it, there's a part of me that goes, yeah, justice. I get it. I see all the women shaking their head. That's right. Yeah, justice. Yep.
Anybody else?
Good.
Well, we've talked to some of the
Yeah.
other cast members about, obviously you can't tell us who the Black Hood is, but just their reactions to finding out.
I was just so glad it wasn't me. I was like, oh, okay, good. It's a guy, and he's big, and okay, awesome, good, great. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so just like, what if you think fans will be surprised, and if
Oh
you were
yeah,
surprised.
I was surprised, but it was same with Jason Blossom. We didn't know, I think you guys know now. Like we found out right at the last minute. Same with this one. I was like, oh really? Okay, good to know. Fair enough. But I love that. I love that it keeps everyone guessing. I love that we are just as involved, and were at least trying to figure out who it was and who was doing this to town and why. So I think fans are going to be just as surprised. I would assume so, if we are. Yeah. Did you guys talk to Mark?
No.
Oh, okay, you're gonna like that. That's gonna be fun.
Can you
Huh?
preview a little bit
Yeah.
what the lodges, and then also a little bit maybe of what the other parents' reactions to the jingle jangle is and the
Oh,
party?
the jingle jangle. My reaction was jingle jangle? Jingle jangle. All right. Jingle jangle. I think that the lodge's reaction, or at least I can only speak for Hermione, she trusts her daughter enough to know that she's not going to start doing this stuff. However, it's an interesting question, because what do you do as a parent when you find out your kid's just done drugs for the first time? I mean, what did my parents do when they found out I did drugs for the first time? However, you've seen 6, I like the camaraderie and community that happens because of it, that I don't know if that happens all the time in the real world, where parents get together and figure out how to deal with it as a community, as a group, rather than behind closed doors and you're sort of on your own with your kid. So in that sense, I really like it. I like the way that we deal with it.